Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Leo January 2020 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, first thing up is as far as January goes, the Sun will be in Capricorn from the 1st until the 20th, so the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be strong focus, concentration of energy, attention on employment, fellow employees, one's health, diet, fitness, nutrition, also an aunt and uncle even, uh, one's daily routine, even pets, and service rendered. Now, given that this is Capricorn energy, a lot of this may be done in a very methodical, systematic manner, a lot of premeditation, a lot of planning, and with a lot of serious energy as well, and a lot of conventionality. Capricorn energy could be very orthodox. There's nothing really eclectic or unorthodox about it, unlike the zodiac sign Aquarius, of course. This could also be a time, too, in some cases, this could shine the light, so to speak, on a Capricorn health-related issue, such as something with the knees, the bones, the joints, or the hamstrings. In some cases, too, it could be isolated, but remember that the Sun rules either the left or the right eye, depending on gender. Sometimes this could be an eye-related issue, and it could be, given that it's Capricorn energy, it might be something that could be of a rather serious nature. And anyway, and it might be something that's very consistent as well that you're dealing with. But anyway, next thing up. Well, the Sun will be in Aquarius as far as January goes, from the 20th until the 31st. So the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. This could be, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on open adversaries, legal matters, legalities, a grandmother, even a significant other, a marriage partner, competition, negotiation, even compromise, and even business partnerships. Now, given that this is Aquarius energy, a lot of this may be done with a lot of selfless energy, a lot of consideration. At this time, it could be on things that are unorthodox. This could be about being involved or focusing on really some unorthodox, unconventional type competitions, or even people or even a focus on a significant other that might have certain idiosyncrasies, or may be an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or embody those traits. Now, in some cases, this could shine the light, so to speak, on an Aquarius open adversary. It could be an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius characteristics. At this time, some cases this could be a dominant male figure, could be a father in some cases, that could be coming forth as an open enemy at this time, or some legal opponent. It could be, again, could be an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or one that embodies Aquarius characteristics. Now, the next thing up. There's going to be a full moon in Cancer on January, full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer on January 10th. So the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, when you're talking about lunar eclipses and eclipses in general in astrology, I mean, lunar eclipse is basically an amplified and magnified full moon. It could be more powerful, more intense than a regular full moon, and can have a more sustained impact and effect. It could actually have life-altering implications. Now, this could be something, and also I see the eclipses, they could be serendipitous. This could be a time for you, Leo, where you might, this could be where you might experience, it might be something that might be negative initially, but may actually manifest into something positive for you. Now, in some cases, this could be about the departure of maybe somebody that you may have nurtured, you cared for in some way, but may have also been tied into limitations for you, or might be somebody It could be a departure, somebody again that you might have cared and nurtured for some time and protected, but it might be tied into secret sorrows given that you're talking about the 12th house energy. But remember, when something like this happens and you're dealing with eclipses, sometimes it could manifest into something positive. This could give you an opportunity to nurture yourself, your own private life, your own limit and help you nurture and take care of your own limitations and restrictions, since we're talking about Cancerian energy and the 12th house. And the thing about this too, this could be a new period. I mean, a period for you when you're talking about, well, when you're talking about full moons in astrology, this could be something really. I mean, full moons in astrology can be about revelations and unveilings. In some isolated cases, this could be something about maybe it's a revelation to you, or being cognizant of being, some dependent issue, or on an aunt or an uncle or someone prominent in your private life. I mean, 12th house is also mental illness. Now, in some cases, isolated cases, this could be a revelation of some like Cancerian like mental illness. It could be something, or if you want to call it like compulsive hoarding, or some kind of hoarding issue, if that actually is an issue or not. But it's still it still would fall in that general that 12th house category, I believe. I mean, in terms of something like this were to come out, but again, that could be very isolated people. And the thing about this too, it could be a time where you might actually, when you look at, I mean, full moons in astrology again can be about revelations. They could be about unveilings, or it could be simply a time where one becomes very tired, exasperated, or full of something or someone. Now, this could also be a revelation of a Cancerian hidden adversary at this time. It could be a Cancerian sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that embodies Cancerian characteristics, and it might be something that might be more life-altering in contrast to a regular full moon, because this could be somebody that you may have known for a certain very prolonged period, and it really changes things for you, and it could wind up ultimately being an ending of that connection. And really, again, when you're talking about full moons in astrology, I mean, when you're talking full moon lunar eclipses in astrology, they could really have very strong life-altering implications. So those are some ways that this could manifest and pan out at this time. So anyway. And next thing up, well, one last thing I want to get about that full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer on January 10th. This could be something too where you're able to where you might be able to put a limitation coming to an end that might have required a lot of tenacious energy in terms of trying to eliminate, and it could be something that really took a very protracted long period of time, Leo, and you finally were able to do it. And given that we're talking about a full moon lunar eclipse as opposed to a regular full moon, it could have been something that might have taken a very extensive period, and maybe this is a time where it finally comes to an end or a completion or culmination. Now, anyway, the next thing up is there will be a new moon in Aquarius on January 24th. So the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this can manifest in a number of ways. This could be about the ending of some Aquarius relationship with a significant other. It could be an Aquarius sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply, oh no, I'm sorry, it could be the beginning of an Aquarius relationship at this time. And it could be an Aquarius sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius characteristics. It could be the start of doing something like an Aquarius type business partnership. It could be something connected with innovation, new concepts, new ideas, computer electronic firm, something with aerospace, astronomy, rocket science, anything that could be Aquarius related. It could be something with radio controlled objects. Now, and products. Now, this could also be a time too where you might begin to show more selfless, humanitarian, considerate qualities toward a grandmother. It could be toward a significant other at this time, or maybe even an unusual legal battle might begin at this time for you. And in some cases, I don't know if new moons are always auspicious. It could be a new Aquarius open adversary that might come out at this time, and it might be, again, it might be an Aquarius sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius characteristics. Hold on a moment, people. Next thing up. Mercury will be in Capricorn as far as January goes, from the 1st until the 16th. So the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, you might find yourself, Leo, having conversations about ambitions that are work-related, about responsibilities at your place of employment. It could also just simply manifest in serious discussions with an aunt and uncle, people prominent in your daily routine, your health life. It could be communication in some cases regarding Capricorn health-related issues, such as something with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings. It could be also a time too where, I mean, remember when you're talking Mercury in Capricorn, it could be a time where you're thinking you might be a little bit more despondent and melancholy. So guard against that in your daily routine and about matters pertaining to your employment and health at this time. Now, as I've stated in previous videos, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Capricorn characteristics that might figure more prominently your health life, your employment, your daily routine, maybe even matters with pets. It could be service rendered as well. Sometimes it could even be worrying. I mean, and if this is something, because the 6th house does correspond with Virgo, and it could be about worrying. Now, whether whether they're more beneficial or to your detriment, a lot of this could be predicated and dependent upon aspects that are made to points in your chart. Let's say if this is making a sextile or trine to your natal Jupiter, they might be more auspicious in these matters, but say an adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, they might be causing some loss and dejection, some sorrow, and affecting you negatively more in these matters. So anyway, next thing up, Mercury will be in Aquarius as far as January goes, from the 16th until the 31st. So the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, Leo, you might find yourself talking a lot about new ideas and new concepts, innovation, astronomy, astrology, computers, electronics with a significant other, a grandmother. It could be about a communication regarding unusual legal issues at this time, or even at this time as well. This could be a time for you, Leo, where you might be talking about wanting more freedom and independence in matters with others and in your relationships at this time. It could be at this time as well. I mean, given that we're talking about Mercury energy and Aquarius and the 7th as well. Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Aquarius traits that might figure more prominently in legal issues, legalities, matters with a significant other, a grandmother even, really in matters with negotiation, compromise, dealing with open enemies, again, legal issues. And the thing is, looking at this as well, I mean, and whether they're, I mean, at this point in time, and they might factor into your relationships as well, and whether they're more, to your detriment or more beneficial. Again, a lot of this could be predicated and dependent on aspects that are made to points in the chart, a sextile or trine-state to your natal Jupiter. They might be rather auspicious in these matters, but if it's an adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, they might be a little bit more to your detriment, causing some sorrow, dejection, and just maybe some sadness in these areas. I wanted to go back again to the Mercury in Capricorn and the 6th house being emphasized and highlighted. One thing I neglected to say is that Mercury can be about breathing issues, and you're talking about the 6th house. So in some cases, this could be about some serious breathing issues that are very constant and consistent, given that it's Capricorn energy. Next thing up. Well, Venus will be in Aquarius as far as January goes, from the 1st until the 13th. So the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now at this time, Leo, one way this may manifest and pan out, you might find yourself spending unpredictably on a significant other, a grandmother. It could be legal matters that might come up that are very unanticipated. This could also be about spending money on Aquarius-related things at this time, such as computer items, electronic items, astrological things connected with astronomy, anything that could be Aquarius-related, and it might be just for others in general, a significant other, a grandmother, in some cases. And if you're unattached at this time, Leo, you may connect with an Aquarius sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius characteristics. It could be somebody that's there for the long haul. That could be a significant other. That could lead to marriage at this time. Some cases, I mean, and it could also be somebody you might even be in a business partnership or connection, and could also be about valuing things that are unorthodox, unusual, spontaneity, unpredictability in matters with your relationships, your significant other, and also too, and even doing or maybe even some kind of unusual, like, forms of some kind of competition, at this time. I don't know if it's going to be anything where people are going to be, in a unicycle riding around with a board on their head for as long as they can without it falling down, but you understand what I'm saying. It could be some unusual, eclectic forms of competition that you might be valuing and enjoying at this time. So anyway, last but not least, Venus will be in Pisces as far as January goes, from the 13th until the 31st. So the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, Leo, this can manifest in a number of ways. If you're unattached, you may connect with a Pisces sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Pisces characteristics. It could be somebody that could be for a very deep, non-superficial connection. It could be a person too that might play an integral role in you making a major change or transformation. This could also be about spending what you might see as unrealistic amounts of money, or on taxes or insurance matters at this time. And you might also, it could be in some cases too, this could be about certain enjoyment of Pisces related things with someone you're in an intimate or sexual relationship with. It could be something like with poetry, dancing, the metaphysical, which includes astrology, photography, chemistry, things that are connected with fantasy and fiction. It could be playing a fantasy games like Dungeons and Dragons, and something of that nature at this time. It could also be at this time as well, where you value forgiveness, compassion, and imagination, perhaps in a situation with an intimate, really within somebody you're in an intimate relationship with at this time as well, or a sexual connection with. But also to guard against, spending money due to gullibility, due to like some credit card related issue. It can be because Pisces energy can be deceptive, and it could be about spending money due to being deceived at this time. So just guard against some kind of credit card or insurance fraud at this time, and spending money due to that perhaps deception that was associated with that. So anyway, well, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Leo January 2020 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be giving you my Leo January 2020 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.